Hey everyone, welcome to the channel, it's FastMag. Alright, so today we're going to be doing a Jump Force tier list. So today, we're going to start from Goku and end all the way at Todoroki, and we're going to rank all these characters. Because, if you haven't been watching my channel, I've been doing a lot of Jump Force, and I have like over 1,700 hours in the game, so I thought it was about time to get a proper listing on what I think all the characters, like how good every character is and where they should be placed tier-wise. So I'm going to do that today, and you guys can come along for the journey. So let's get started. We got Goku. I'll put him at S tier. So Goku, he's very viable, very versatile. You can be very aggressive with him, you can be defensive with him. The counters do help with playing defensively. Also, you can do easy high damage combos by doing his Meteor combination into his Kamehameha. And you could easily chain like a Vegeta support or like a Piccolo support into that. He's Goku's very, very good. I think he belongs at S tier. And let's get on to Toguro. I believe Toguro is SS tier. One, because he can do a one-man army guard break. So what a one-man army guard break is, in my book, is the character can guard break cheese someone just by themselves. And Toguro definitely suits that. You just do one light hit into a charge down tilt, and then the opponent can't escape from it. They can't sidestep it, can't backstep it, can't counter it, they can't do any of that. So yeah, Toguro also has a very high damage ult, and I mean, he's just super fucking good. So I'm gonna keep him at SS tier. Next we got Dio. I'll put him at S tier, probably above Goku. Dio is a monster. He can grab ult, he can do 80% combos. I mean, he's like the whole package. Like if you're looking for a fucking husbandu, yeah, this is your man right here. I'm just kidding. But yeah, Dio S tier. Does a lot of high damage combos and has a grab ult, so yep. Next we got Cell. By far, hands down, the best character in the game. Not only can he dodge grabs with his perfect barrier, but he can also grab and then do two supers into that grab. His ult can also catch two people and do double damage. And I think he's just a pretty overpowered character. A lot of people I've been seeing have been ranking him like B tier or below, and I'm like, what the fuck you guys doing? This guy is like the best character in the game. But yeah, that aside, Cell's best character in the game. Next we got Blackbeard. I'm probably putting him at B tier. He's really spammy. You can work with him in combos, but he's just not that good. He's mainly a cheesy character, and I really don't respect Blackbeard mains, mainly because they just spam Darken half the time or do some kind of cheese with Dark Vortex. But yeah, Blackbeard at B tier. And we got Sabo. I'm going to put Sabo at A tier. Sabo's pretty underrated, honestly, but he's really good. His damage is okay. That's probably why not a lot of people use him. He's not that flashy. I love his moveset. It's just so fluent. And, I mean, it's a shame that people don't use him a lot. But yeah, Sabo's at A tier. Next, we got Naruto. Naruto's at S tier. I'll put him above Goku. Naruto... after his buff, sometime last year, I forgot when it was, I believe it was either late summer or early fall he got buffed, but his damage output for his ult was increased so much, to the point where he just jumped from A tier to S tier all the way. And also, I don't know, Naruto's a monster, man. I mean, like, you would think he's not S tier, but I mean, he really is. He could connect his ult into two of his moves, into his Y move and his B move. I definitely know his B move, but his Y move might be a little trickier to do. But yeah, I definitely know it's two though. Anyways, Naruto at S tier. We're going to Sasuke. Sasuke's gonna be at high A tier, not S tier. The reason I have Sasuke A tier, not S tier, is because, I mean, yes, you can connect his ult into two of his moves. You can connect it into his Amaterasu and his Fireball Jutsu, but his Amaterasu was nerfed a while back. It used to be unblockable, and you can just spam the fuck out of that. But now you can't do that anymore, so it did drop him down a tier, definitely, but his damage is still ridiculous. I definitely say he's A tier. Like, if he wasn't so weak, I'd probably have him at S tier still, but nah, he's just at A tier, and I think that's where he belongs. Next, we got Kavya. Kavya is definitely S tier. She is probably notoriously known for guard break switch cheesing, so you just do her God Vacuum Fist or her Murderous Bone Ash, and then you can just switch it to another character and guard break cheese someone. That's probably what she's mainly known for, but again, I think she's a really good character, and you can do a lot of good combos with her, and she can do ridiculous amounts of damage just by herself, and you don't need any support either. Like, you can do 3 heavies or 5 lights, do her Y move, and then you can connect her ult into that, and that's just ridiculous. But I believe her Y move is the only super you can connect an ult into that I know of. But yeah, and I think she just belongs at S tier, because she's just a very good character and very tanky too. Next we got Gaara. I'll put him at C tier. There's not really much to Gaara. He's just kind of like a stationary turret for the most part. Most of his moves involve him standing still, which is like, I mean, for a long period of time, like, his Sand Barrage, you can just block or vanish. And his Sand Coffin, you gotta like literally stand still for it, and the opponent can just sidestep it or just dash towards you and just grab you or ult you or do anything to you essentially. And his Sand Tsunami is like the most useless move in the game. It takes so long to deploy, and I just believe he's an okay character. He's not a bad character, but I mean, he's definitely not B tier. So yeah, Gaara at C tier, Kakashi at B tier, mainly because he can one-man army. He can also grapple. Oh, also by the way, Gaara can grapple too, and his damage is a little better than Gaara's, but his health is about the same as Gaara's, so it's not much improvement. But he does have a counter, so it does help against spamming. So yeah, Kakashi at B tier. Next we got Boruto. I'll have to get Boruto at C tier. He's okay. I mean, his Vanishing Rasengan's fantastic for reset combos, but besides that, I just feel like he's really gimmicky, and like none of his moves really combo into each other that well. So yeah, that's my reasoning for putting him in C tier. Pegasus Seiya, I'll put him above below Kakashi. His ult's really slow, though the damage on it's kind of nice. I know his X and Y move combo into each other, and then his B move, I mean, it's a pretty slow, unblockable move. Or, I mean, it's not slow, but it's average. I mean, Pegasus Seiya is just a very average character with just a very slow ult, so definitely a B tier character. Next, we got Dragon Shiryu. I'll put him at A tier. All of his moves are one cost, unlike Pegasus Seiya. Also, his ult can catch 2 people and then deal double the damage. And I believe his what was it? 2 of his moves, his B move and his Y move, can chain into his ult. And I think, yep, that makes him an A tier character. We got Real Saba, definitely an SS tier character. His down tilt is cancer. I mean, most Real Saba players just use his X move, shoot his pistol 3 times, do an ult into that, and then just like take away half your health from like just a no skill combo, which I think is really gay. Also, a lot of people who like to run away use this character. From what I've seen, they just like backstep and then shoot someone, or they just kind of do a backwards roll and then shoot, or they'll do a forward roll and then do combos, and then if you escape, they'll chase you. I mean, yeah, Real Saba players are kind of toxic, and then Real in general is really toxic. I mean, I've used him to like kind of get an understanding of how he works and how the mind of a real player works, and it's just like a very boring play style, and it's just not my cup of tea, but he's still really good. Real Saba, SS tier. Next we got Kenshiro. Kenshiro is actually, hold up, S tier. I'll put him above Dio for now. Yeah, Kenshiro's pretty wacky. His Awakening of the Senses can literally lower your defense, then you just chain an ult into that. You can also use his what was it called? His Y move, I forgot the name of it, but it locks your opponent's mobility gauge. It basically means they can't escape, so they just have to take it for like 10 seconds, and then they can escape again. I also believe that he's just a really overpowered character, so I don't know if he's SS tier, but he's definitely S tier for sure. Now we have Ichigo. Now Ichigo, since day one, was probably the most broken character on this list. I mean, Cell, I heard his Barrier used to be a 2-cost move, but I don't know that for sure. but I definitely know Ichigo is an SS tier character. I've used him a lot. I've used him as a main for a while. He's a really good character. Very fast. I think he has like the fastest moves in the game, and then his ult is insanely like just speedy. I don't know who's faster, Dai's or Ichigo's, but they definitely have the fastest ults in the game. But yeah, Ichigo at SS tier. Also, he can connect his ult into only his X move from what I've seen, and that's about it. There is a weird toxic trick you can do where you can do a perfect smash, so like you can teleport behind the opponent and then do a rush combo, drop, and then use an awakened Getsuga on them. Like the one where you get the horn and then you just drop a Getsuga. It's just like free damage, and it's really, I mean, he can be spammy. He doesn't have to be though, but I think he's a very versatile character though for sure. Next we have Renji. I'm actually gonna put Renji at A tier. A lot of you would probably be surprised with this option, but I believe Renji is a very good character. All of his moves can connect into his ult. The Y move is the trickiest to do, as you have to escape and time your ult correctly in order to land it off, and it's very precise. I definitely know that you can connect his bamboo arm and his Zappimaru into his ult. The thing about Zappimaru is you have to do, there's like 3 stages to it. So there's the initial drop where you can connect another few hits into it, and then there's the second stage where you kind of just whip it to the right, and then those are the only 2 you can really connect it into, or his ult into. The third one you can't do, and you gotta wait a little bit. But yeah, he's very good for countering guard break cheese and spam. And then you can also switch out characters. Like, so let's say someone's spamming Cell, right? And he uses Y move, and he calls his support. Like, let's say he's using, let's say the enemy's using Cell and Goku, right? So he calls them, so they're both out. Renji's gonna take the support if Cell is blocking, and then he'll force switch Cell out, well, the player out of Cell, and then switch him to Goku. So he's like the OG Law essentially, and we'll get to Law later. But yeah, Renji A tier. Next we have Aizen. Ooh, I'm definitely gonna have to put Aizen at S tier. I'll put him above Kenshiro actually. So you'd probably be a little suspicious about this, or just a little skeptical. But I believe Aizen is probably one of the best characters in the game. Actually, I'll probably put him at SS tier, mainly because he can 100% combo someone pretty easily if you know how to do it correctly. There's a reset combo you can do where it's half charged down tilt and then full charged up tilt, and then I'll reset the damage on the opponent. So you can just keep hacking away at them, and then if they escape, you can just chase them, or if they guard during the up tilt, it'll guard break them. And then what I like to do is I like to run Jotaro support, or like maybe even Toshiro support, or not Toshiro, Toguro support, and then it'll catch them, and then you can just keep going into the combo again. But yeah, Aizen's very good. His charged triangle, or his charged Y from midair is pretty good. Most people don't see it coming unless if they're used to it, because he'll literally go invisible and then it's like bam, he disappears out of nowhere and then just breaks your guard. But yeah, Aizen's definitely SS tier in my opinion. Comment what you think he should be at in the comments below. He's also really good against spammers. From what I've seen. So I was using him last night against this guy named, probably something I can't pronounce. It's a very racist name. But basically what I was doing is I was just looping him with Aizen combos. And he just he would escape, I would just block, and then I would just keep going. And he couldn't really do anything. Because I know how to use Aizen. I'm an Aizen main. And he's definitely an SS tier character. But yeah, moving along, we're going to go with Rukia. I believe Rukia is probably a B tier character. Her moves... Okay, so the one move that connects into her ult doesn't connect into her normal combos, from what I've experienced. I believe if you do 4 or 5 lights with Rukia, you can connect her Y move into the combo and then ult into that, but I haven't ever successfully done it. But She's a very, I mean, as good as her moves are, they're kind of gimmicky and they're not always reliable. And then also her support move, which is her Y move, will sometimes white out the opponent if you just hit him too much. So there's also that. So yeah, Rukia B tier. Gon, I'll put Gon at C tier. He's really good if you know how to use him, but he's not competitive whatsoever. That's kind of a trait for all of the C tier characters. They're not really competitive, characters. I mean, they're just more or less spammy. Like, you'll see Lightning Triplet being spammed from Boruto, and then Sam Mirage being spammed from Gaara. I mean, yeah, Gon's good. I've seen good Gon mains. They do exist. But for the most part, I just don't know. I don't know about Gon. I mean, his ult's really good. The problem is if you use it, you lose one character on your roster. So you have 2 characters instead of 3 characters on your team, and that's kind of messy. But yeah, Gon at C tier. We got Killua. I definitely say Killua's at A tier. He's not as overpowered as he used to be. I'm pretty sure everyone who bought Jump Force Day 1 knows how OP Killua was. I mean, I've heard many stories about how overpowered he was on the first day of this game. And I'm glad they nerfed him. But, I mean, people still use him, which I think is fine. It's just, I think they're a little kind of time capsule where I think they're stuck in the past a little bit and they think, oh, nothing much has changed. It's Jump Force. They never update this game. But I mean, they do, and sometimes they nerf characters, like balanced wise, and then they don't. Like, I think, let's see, like Sasuke. I mean, I think it was a good nerf. He was definitely S tier, maybe even SS tier because of his unblockable Amaterasu. But then they nerfed that, took that away from him, and then it's just like, okay, now he's a more balanced character, and I think that's appropriate. Same with Zorro, but we'll get to him later too. Next we got Kurapika. Kurapika, his support's kind of useless unless if you're a spammer. All his support does is heal, and I mean, for the most part, I don't really see the benefit of that. If you're like a really good player, you don't need to use heal support. But if you're like doing a challenge where it's like, oh, I'm gonna use one player or one character the whole game, so let's say I want to use, I don't know, Renji the whole game, right? I could use Kurapika, like, if I don't want, like, support to interfere with any, like, combos I'm doing. That's also a thing about him, or another thing about him is what I meant, is, his moves, his X and Y moves, they're all cinematic, so they'll recenter, or, his X move I definitely know recenters. So, if you use a quote-unquote cinematic move, so let's say Kaiba's, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, or let's see, Goku's Meteor combination. They'll teleport you to the center of the map, and then like you'll do the cinematic attack. So all of his attacks are cinematic. I believe his Y move's kind of cinematic, but it's not at the same time. His Y move's the only one I know you can connect a ult into. And I do know you can combo his dowsing chain with like Dragon Shiryu or probably even Bakugo or some other supports. He's just a very gimmicky character in my opinion, though it's very satisfying to use him sometimes. So yeah, that's why I believe Kurapika is at C tier, and his damage is okay. Now we got Hisoka. I believe Hisoka is A tier, mainly because his bungee gum is really good. It's got some good ass reach too. His Anonymous Magician and his Grim Reaper Quiz are also fantastic moves on him too. I love his counter, the Grim Reaper Quiz, because it can counter projectiles too. So like if someone's spamming pistol quiz, you can just counter and then just like make them shout up their own butt. Yeah, Hisoka's really good for countering bullshit, and he can be kind of spammy. So like there's a trick with Hisoka and Kaguya. So if you time Bungee Gum and Kaguya right, or Hisoka and Kaguya right, you can do a Bungee Gum, and then Kaguya will catch them with her God Fist, and then you can do another Bungee Gum into that, or you can do even Anonymous Magician, and then connect that into that as well, or you can even do an ult into that. But he's very reliant on support to kind of get his combos off. So that is a downside about him, but I mean he's really good. He's got a lot of health, He's got a lot of good moves on him, and they all have excellent range and other things to them. So yeah, Hisoka A tier. Now we have Jotaro. Jotaro, I'd say, is definitely above the rest on S tier. For now, at least. Mainly because Starfinger Ultimate. I mean, that's an easy like 60 to 80% damage. No, probably 60 to 70% damage. Like, that takes no skill to do whatsoever. It's like ridiculous on the amount of damage you can do with Jotaro. Another toxic combo you can do with Jotaro is use him and Bakugo, or even Kaguya. I think Bakugo's probably more toxic than Kaguya though, but basically you do 2 Starfingers, call in Bakugo or Kaguya support, and then you can do a 3rd Starfinger and then ult, but like the damage reduction is so much on it that it's not worth it at that point. Like, if anything, you should probably just do 1, maybe 2 Starfingers, but like, I don't know. Jotaro's kind of broken, and they should probably do something about the Starfinger, but they probably never will now that I think about it. But yeah, Jotaro's an S tier character for sure. Now we have Yusuke. I'm putting him above Killua because he's got a lot of combo potential, and he definitely does a lot more damage than Killua can. Because, I mean, so here's a combo I've kind of found out recently. It involves him and Rukia. So what you do is you do 4 lights, 3 heavies, and then on the 3rd heavy you call Rukia support, and then you do his organ murder, and then it'll send the enemy across the map with the organ murder, and then Rukia will catch him, and then he can roll up with a ray gun, or he can even ult into that, and it does about, that's like an easy 50% combo unawakened. Maybe even 60. But if it's awakened, that's like an easy 85-90% combo right there. But yeah, Yusuke is a really, really good character, very underrated. Also, if you didn't know, his charged Spirit Wave can even like counter a, what was it called? Gum Gum Hawk, or yeah, Red Hawk, which is pretty fucking good. So he's got some good super armor and Spirit Wave too, and his damage is really decent too. He's very good against people who have a weakness to light, so that'd be like Cell, Toguro, Aizen, people like that. Moving on, let's go with Kenshin. We got Kenshin. I think he should be above Sabo. His combos are pretty damn good. I mean, if you love to combo, use him or Aizen, honestly. But Kenshin is really versatile. If you like to be up in someone's face, this is definitely one of those characters for you, because he's just so fast, and like he's got so many good moves on him. He's got a move where he'll like lock, or not lock, but like kind of mess with your opponent's mobility gauge, so like their stamina won't charge normally. And also he has an unblockable move, or it's more like a guard break move. It's his Y move, so you can do. So there's a one combo, I forgot, I think it was 6 lights, and then you can do a charged triangle or a charged Y, and then do his Y move, and then you can do his X move into that as well, which is pretty neat. So he's very nifty for combos. So yeah, that's why I put him at A tier. Now we have Shishio. Shishio's definitely top of the on top of the B tier category because he's a glass cannon, but because of that, he also does a lot of damage. And that makes up for the very low health that he has. And fire is a very common weakness. I'd probably say it's the second common weakness to ice, because ice is the most common. But his damage output is insane. I'm pretty sure he doesn't do the highest damaging ult anymore, but it's definitely up there. He can do like 45, maybe even 48% damage just from his ult alone after you buff him. But yeah, he's pretty crazy. So definitely B tier. Yugi, I'm sorry Yugi, but you had D tier. You're not a good character. He used to be really good from what I heard, but now he's just fallen so far from grace that I don't think he's able to be redeemed anymore. So there's that. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. Yeah, I probably should have done it at the beginning of the video, but we're already halfway through. Alright, now we have Deku. So Deku's bottom of the barrel A tier. I probably should put him on high B tier even, but I'm gonna be generous. As much as I fucking hate Deku, because he's to me, the most annoying character in the game, besides like Kane, or Killua. Deku, his damage is good, and I heard back in the day, like day 1 of the game, you used to be able to do 5 Delaware smashes in the air, and I'm glad they patched that out because that would have probably been really fucking annoying. Yeah, Deku can do a lot of damage, so you can do like a Manchester Smash, do a few hits in the air, and then do Delaware Smash. It's a pretty standard combo. Or you can do Manchester Smash, then jump, and then chain an ult into that. Yeah, that's another thing you can do. His ult was the best like CAC ult to use for a while, and then Law came around. Now his is like the best ult to use. But yeah, Deku, barely A tier. Bottom of the barrel, barely A tier. That's what I meant to say. Then we have Asta. I'm actually gonna put him below Renji, mainly because he can one-man army guard break like Toguro, where you do one light hit and then do a charged up tilt, and then the opponent can't backstep or escape it. I believe they can maybe awaken. No, they can't even awaken out of that. Like, they just gotta take it. But on his own, his moves don't connect into his ults at all. But what I like to do is I like to run Madara, or you can even run Toshiro or Vegeta, or even Toguro. But you can do like his X move. I'm going off Xbox controls here. So you can do his X move, and then you can so what I do is I do 5 lights, 3 heavies, and then on the 3rd heavy, I do his X move, and then I call Madara support, and then so I'll send him flying, the enemy flying in the air with his X move, and then the Madara support will catch him, and then I'll do another X move, or I'll do his Y move, or I can even chain an ult into that, which is really nice. And if you're looking for kind of a toxic team, Madara, Toguro, Asta. That's all I gotta say. I'm not telling you the secrets on how they synergize with each other. It's just toxic. It's really toxic. But moving on, we got Asta. I'm definitely putting him at A tier. Let's see. I'll put him above. Yeah, I'll definitely put him above Sabo. Asta's super good. Main reason being because if you love being in the air, then this is your guy. If you want to go all Black Ops 3 on your fucking enemy, just be exosuiting around the map, you'll love Asta. You can do like his 2 main moves from the air. I know you can do his arrow from the air, but I'm not sure if you can do his Avant Strash break. His ult can also be chained into his arrow, or you can even chain it with his Dragonic Aura by sending the opponent flying, and that way you'll actually have an extra damage buff on Asta, or not Asta, on Dai, if you're doing that. So yeah, Dai, A tier. Then we have Boo. I think Boo's gonna be bottom of like S tier, and you're probably wondering, what the fuck? Boo S tier? What? And I'm like, yeah, and I don't use him a lot, but I know he's really, really good. Not only is he a tank, but he has so much resistance to like physical damage, and I think his moves are really underrated too. So his suck move, as I like to call it, can pull enemies in or blow them out. And so what I like to do is pull them in, and then you can also like do a Candy Beam or his turn into chocolate move, and then you can just do like easy, like maybe 25% damage off that. Unawakened maybe. It's probably not awakened or unawakened, but you can do a lot of damage with Boo. He's just very underrated, sadly, and I wish more people used him. His ult's really good too, and it can catch support. So, and it does plenty of damage as well. So yeah, Boo, barely S tier. Bakugo, oh yeah, okay. So I'm putting Bakugo below Kaguya. He does use up a lot of meter if you know how to use him right, but I just think he's is like a downgrade version of Kaguya because his support is really, really good, and I think he has one of the best DLC supports in the game, but his damage is okay, his health is low. I mean, he has fire aspect to all his moves, so if you're fighting against someone with a fire weakness, they're in for one hell of a time. But his damage caps out pretty quick, though, if you're doing combos with them. So like what I like to do is I like to do AP shot and then do a down tilt turbo cannon, which is his Y move, and then you can drop and then chain your ult into that, and then that'll do some like pretty decent damage. That'll be like a 40% maybe, 40% combo, maybe 50%, depending on the team health. But yeah, I believe Bakugo S tier, definitely a pay-to-win character in my opinion. Kaiba, arguably probably another pay-to-win character. I'll put him at S tier. He's very zony, not spam. I can't say spammy because, well, you could quote-unquote spam him. His moves are like, they don't connect into each other. Well, you need support if you're going to connect them into each other. So like what I like to do with Kaiba is I like to run Vegeta, and then I'll do a Blue Eyes burst stream, and then I'll call Vegeta support, stun the opponent in the air, kind of zoom up to them, and then do Blue Eyes ultimate, or I'll do or I can just wait back and then charge up another destruction beam or burst beam or whatever it's called. So basically, his burst beam is his X move, his Blue Eyes ultimate is his Y move, and you don't really use his draw move for anything. I mean, draw is pretty gimmicky in my opinion. But yeah, Kaiba S tier. Bisky, I just think she's a downgraded version of Toguro. I'll probably put her below Killua. Actually, I'll probably put her below Kenshin. She can do some decent damage, but like all her moves like heavily rely on supports, unless if the opponent's walling or something. But I know her main dash move is a cinematic move, so it'll recenter you in the map. So you can't end up relying on a wall, so you'll have to do like Bisky Kaiba or Bisky Goku, and then rely on their beams in order to catch the opponent, or you can do Bisky Boo. That's also a good combo. But you have to rely on support in order to connect moves most of the time, so that kind of drags her down pretty far. Otherwise, I would have probably put her at high A tier. But besides that, actually, I'll probably put her below Asta now that I think about it, because I really fucking hate her. But sorry, Bisky, you're like middle of the road A tier. Then we have Galena, D tier, hands down, nothing to say, just trash. Kane, I'll probably say bottom of the barrel S tier, maybe even high A tier. I mean, he's just really boring to play, and he's very spammy. If you're a fucking Kane main, I fucking hate you already. It's like, just stop. Get some help. Get some help, please. Kane is, I don't know why the fuck they added him to this game. He's disgusting. It's like, if Cancer was an anime character, this is what it would be. It's like, it makes me feel like I'm growing a tumor inside my brain every time I play up against a Kane main. It's like they spam, run away, charge, spam, run away, charge. It's like, that's all they do. Like, they don't ever combo, they don't ever do anything like flashy or impressive. They just spam because they're like, well, I'm a trash player, so I'm just gonna use an overpowered spam cannon. Which, I mean, if that works for you, that's cool. But again, you're probably a piece of shit person. So, moving on from Kane, we're going with Sanji. I'm gonna put Sanji before Rukia, B tier. I would put him at A tier, definitely, but his weakness to Coochie, my boys, it drags him down so far. I would put him arguably above Bisky, but he's weak to Bisky because she has Coochie. So that's bad. Sanji B tier. Then we have Zorro. I'll put Zorro below Sasuke, but Zorro A tier. He's still a powerhouse, don't get me wrong. He can do monstrous amounts of damage, but his Y move, man, just doesn't do the same amount of damage anymore. It's just super just meh. And, like, I mean, yeah, it does decent damage, but it's not like god tier damage like it used to on day one, where you can do like, you can take away like a fifth of their health from just one of his Y moves. But yeah, Zorro is an A tier character. Also, fun fact, you can connect his ult into his B move. Don't know if you knew that, but now you know. Next we have Frieza. I think Frieza should be at you know what? I'll put him above Asta, but I'm gonna move Renji up a few spaces. I'll probably move him above Bisky. And then, yeah, so Frieza, interestingly enough, you would think, well, what moves can you connect into his ult? Actually, you can connect one, and it's his death beam, but under a certain circumstance. So if you do a rush combo, so where you send him flying into the air, so I believe it's 5 or 6 light hits, send him into the air, do a charged death beam, and then you can do an ult right into that, which is whack, because I never knew that until like a few days ago. So there's that. Frieza is definitely very underrated, and if you're using Frieza, you're probably going to end up using his death beam a lot, which will end up seeming really spammy. And I mean, it just gives good distance and good pressure. His pizza, or his destructo discs, or I like to call them space pizzas, they're kind of bad because they'll end up hurting you, and he's the only character in the game that does friendly fire on yourself. So yeah, definitely low A tier, but definitely above Asta and Deku. Next we have Luffy. I'll put Luffy, let's see, probably below Killua. Luffy's a good zoner, aka spammer, but like if you're going up against Kane, he's not going to do that much because for some reason Kane's ignition bullet will cancel out a Red Hawk. But I mean, if someone's spamming like Cell, Luffy's a good counter to it. He's just a very good like counter to spam with his own spam, more or less. But yeah, I mean most Luffy mains are just going to end up using supers like for almost the entire match and like rarely do combos from what I've seen. But I mean, when I was using Luffy, I'd try to go for combos if they didn't have any stamina, because it's like you just get more damage out that way. Well, it depends really, but most of the time you'll get more damage if you're doing combos. All right, moving on. Let's see, we'll do him, aka Trunks. Trunks, I'd probably say is A tier. Definitely not above Renji though, but still a very viable option. Actually, now that I think about it, I'll probably move Renji slowly upwards, and I'll move Luffy down. See, I'll move Kenshin here. Yeah, I'm just adjusting the list. Okay, so Trunks. Trunks is very underrated, actually. You would think, oh, he's B tier or C tier. No, not really. He's pretty fucking good. He does good damage, too. Though I know if you do his, his X move, and then to his B move, the damage on his B move gets reduced a lot, so there's that. But I do know, or I believe, you can do his X move into his Y move, and then chain an ult into that, which is pretty cool. But yeah, he's just a very underrated character. He has good damage, his ult's really fast, does pretty good damage as well. And yeah, I think Trunks is a A tier character. Now we have Boa. Boa's gonna be, is it Boa or Boa? Let me know in the comments below. So Boa, I feel like I'm pronouncing her name wrong. Tits McGee, alright, is gonna be B tier. All her moves can combo into each other, but the pistol kiss is always at the end of each combo. And fun fact, her pistol kiss can even chain into her ult. So like after you're done doing your ult, you can pistol kiss right after that. It's pretty cool, and I bet a lot of you did not know that. But yeah, she's a very good character. Besides Kavya, I'd say she's probably best girl of the game. I fucking hate Bisky, alright? Just the fact of getting beat up by a lolly all the time is like not really too enticing. But Tits McGee over here, I don't mind getting my ass smacked around by her every now and then. Moving on, we got Vegeta, my boy Vegeta. We're gonna put him, let's see, I'll put him above, above or before? I think I'll put him before or above Renji, mainly because he can be hella aggressive. And I mean, if you're a good Vegeta main, you know what I'm talking about. You like to be up in people's faces and just in their grill all the time. You can give them like no breathing space. He's very good, and I think a lot of people don't use him enough or give him credit enough. You mainly see his support a lot, but you don't see a lot of Vegeta combos. I mean, I do see some Vegeta mains every now and then, and they're pretty good. They like to get in your face for the most part. Once they see your openings, but for the most part, I mean, he's pretty good. his ult's bad. It doesn't do a lot of damage. So like, if I'm awakened with Vegeta, I'll go probably use my what's it called? My ult. Like if I at like the last second, if I have any extra time to, if I'm out of meter. But I'll be using his Spirit Breaker and his Gallic Gun for the most part, because like they just do more damage when you're awakened than using his ult. But yeah, Vegeta A tier. We have Piccolo. Piccolo's D tier. I think you all know why. His moves are all garbage. They don't connect into each other. He's very gimmicky. The only thing that's really redeeming about him is his support, and that's about it. Moving along, Prometheus. Bottom of the barrel A tier. Yeah, he keeps saying, well, Fast Mag, why do you keep saying all these characters are bottom of the barrel S tier? Well, I thought Boo was going to be bottom of the barrel. Well, no. Boo is better than all of these characters. These characters have no health. This character has so much health. But Prometheus is just a spammy character. He's really good, very overpowered. His down tilt's insane. You can't backstep from it. It'll just catch you. And if you try to block it, like even from like 6 feet away, he'll still break your guard, which is dumb. But yeah, his grab is very kind of hard to notice too sometimes because it's just there. Now I wouldn't say as hard as Madara's. Madara's is like really good, but yeah, Prometheus is definitely overpowered, but not as overpowered as these guys up here. Next we have Law. Law is by far the best DLC character in the game, even better than Todoroki, because at some point Todoroki's probably gonna get nerfed. Now that I think about it, if not, then well shit. But I mean, I still think that Law is the best DLC character in the game, mainly because his damage is insane. You can do so many combos with him. You can force switch characters with 3 meter, which is pretty damn impressive. And he's the only character to do that in the game. So until then, he's a pretty crutch character if you're using him against a spammer. He's also not that bad to have on a team in general, just because of all the health he has. He has the same amount of health as Toguro, which is 16,100. And that's like a mega fucking tank health right there. Like what I like to run is if you want an OP team, use Law, Aizen, and Toguro. That's a pretty nasty team. But or you can use you can use Aizen, Jotaro, Kavya. That's also another nasty team you can use. But yeah, yeah, those are yeah, definitely SS tier. Grimmjow. This is hard because I main Grimmjow, but I'm trying to be not biased about this. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna put him above Kaiba, actually. Put him in S tier. I probably wanted Grimmjow S tier. Fastback, I think you're losing it. Well, I may be drinking a beer, but I'm not drunk yet. Okay, so Grimmjow. Okay, so I'm gonna try to explain this because this is probably gonna be a little hard to interpret, but. So he can do pretty nasty combos, and it's actually not that hard to do. So you need Kagya for this. Eventually I will make a video, but the thing is, I'm very scared to show this to the world because I feel like everyone's gonna be using this once I show it. But basically you can use you can do like a light and a heavy, do a Gran Racero where you stick the sword in them, and then as soon as you're doing the Gran Racero, call Kagya, and then she'll be hitting them, and then you use his Gaara della Pantra, so his Y move essentially. So you do X move, call Kagya support, and then hold down his Y move, and it can do an easy 60 to 80% damage. And then you can connect an ult into that too, and it keeps doing damage. It's a super easy ass combo if you have like 5 meter to use, and it's just like ridiculous. Like, you can do so much damage with him if you know what you're doing. But I mean, is he a pay-to-win character? I mean, like, without support, no. But he's a very good character even without support. Because his Gran Racero is a very zony, spammy. Like, you just do 3 light hits, Gran Racero, 1 heavy hit, Gran Racero. He's also good with pressure. You can do, you can put pressure on with his Y move. Or he even has it unblockable too, so like if they're just blocking, you can just do a combo where they keep blocking, then you can just use his jaw split and then just catch them off guard. That's very good too. So yeah, Grimjow, S tier. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm gonna move Sasuke. No. Actually, yeah, I'm keeping Grimjow at S tier. I'll probably move Bakugo down because he doesn't do as much damage. And I'm kind of going off of like damage output here for like characters. And then Madara. Okay, Madara. Okay, so this is hard because I also made Madara too. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I think he's a B tier character. Is he good? Absolutely. Is he OP? No, not whatsoever. I mean, you can one-man army with him, not like Asta and Toguro one-man army, but if your opponent doesn't expect it, you can do 3 heavies, and then do a charge up tilt, or even a charge down tilt, and then you can just guard break them. The up tilt's probably better, because if they backstep, you can actually catch them, and then you can like keep comboing in the air, and then you can chase them if they escape. But he's really good. His counter's amazing. You can counter someone and then R3 them right after you hit them in the air. Because you can do a rush combo right after the counter, which is really nice. And that's like an easy 50% combo if you can manage to do that. He's also really good with Toguro, from what I've seen. He can be really good with Aizen too if you're doing rush combos. But yeah, I'm gonna have to say Madara. Sorry, boy, you have B tier. All Might is probably A tier, because I mean his moves are pretty zony and you can use like his Detroit Smash a lot, but is it good? Yes and no. It can be inconsistent if you're trying to chain your ult into Detroit Smash. Because if it's not a cinematic Detroit Smash, so like if it's just kind of, it's a transparent tornado, you can connect an ult into that. But if it's like the full cinematic tornado with like gray clouds in it, you can't connect an ult into that. There's also a fun combo that I bet a lot of you didn't know, where you can do 5 lights, then do a charge heavy, and then you can do an Oklahoma Smash, and like the opponent will not expect it whatsoever. Like, wait, what the fuck? Yeah, it'll definitely catch them off guard, trust me, boys. But yeah, All Might A tier. Also, fun fact for you JoJo fans, All Might's played by the same voice actor as Avdol, so if you want that Part 3 JoJo voice actor team, just run JoJo, All Might, and Dio. Not really in that order, but just run them. You'll have the Star Crusaders team. All right, last 2 we got Toshiro. All right, Toshiro. Where did I even put you, buddy? I'll probably have to say, I'll probably put him above Luffy. I'm gonna say is he pay to win? It really depends. I'm gonna give a few statements on why he is and isn't. So, if you want to believe he is pay to win, well, he has ice elements, which ice is the most common weakness in the game. He also does a pretty good amount of damage, though he doesn't have a lot of health. So there's kind of there's already a drawback. He doesn't have a lot of health, but his moves are pretty. They can be slow and fast, but it's kind of like a medium speed from what I've noticed. His moves are really good. His Ryu Shinka, or his X move, you can chain that into his ult. You can also chain his Ice Trap into his ult. His Y move's pretty useless. It's really good for support. If you see my 100% Zorro combo, which is more of like a reset video than anything, but he's really good for support, or not really good, but like he's good for support. And it depends on the character you're using. I don't think he's pay to win at all or overpowered. I just think he's really good, and he just like deals with a lot of the bullshit in the game. And yeah, Toshiro is A tier. And now we have the last character, the newest character, Todoroki. I'll put him at SS tier because This guy is like fucking stupid easy. Even like a retarded drunk monkey could fucking make this guy work. You gotta land 3 light hits, and then you can just land one of his ice moves, and then he can do his fire move, and then he can just chain an ult into that. It's just retarded. Like, there's no skill involved in that. Like, I know Aizen probably requires the most skill of all these characters right here, but like, I don't know. Toguro Garbage Cheese looks like it actually needs more skill than fucking Todoroki does. Cause you don't need to like, I don't know. I don't know. You just pay to win, hands down. I mean, like pay to win characters up here. So if you're looking for that pay to win team, I'm gonna give you it straight, Chief. It's gonna be Law, Todoroki, and Bakugo. All right, there you go. Or maybe even Kaiba, if you want. But yep, that's my tier list, boys. Please be sure to like the video if you agree on this tier list. And if you have any suggestions on how the tier list should be, leave your feedback in the comments below. I'm very curious on what you guys think. And let me know, did I place your favorite character where they should or shouldn't be? Also let me know. Oh, and also, please do not be able to forget to subscribe. That'd be pretty epic if we got to 1,000 subs one day. Alright, until then, boys, I'll see you next time. Stay safe, don't get sick. Bye-bye.